synesthesia, that is a condition of the brain. I see music as colors, and I also see a different color in every letter or number. Numbers have shapes, a smell could have a number, color itself could bring a feeling with it. All sort of things mixed together. My world is actually really colorful all the time. Negative things do have colors. Strangers for me are sort of like black holes in white canvas. If I'm feeling happy, my happy color is yellow, and a stranger comes to the room and ruins my yellow with his blackness. The physical looks of my avatar are a composite of my real-life self. Since several years, a mixture between a tomboy 9-year-old and a punk teenager. When you're a child, you can go around and mess with people and everybody would forgive you, even though they know that you're not really a child, because you're not allowed to be in Second Life if you're a child in real life. You basically invade with your cheerful and playful friends because they just bring joy and all kind of good things to a place. I've never seen a city that had not a single child going around being naughty. We need silliness in the world. We need random. Just let your inner child be free. Just recently at the Relay for Life Fantasy Fair, we went on adventures. We just brought joy, color and movement to the place. We also organized games with our Escapades group. The airship battle was really cool because it would need a team of 2 children and you would have to shoot all the ships. The last one remaining alive would win. Of Derby, which is in UK. I met my current employer in Second Life. I do art of all sorts for commercial purposes such as merchandising and postcards and posters. Second Life changed my life because what people thought was just a game actually became a real life main source of money and fun. I am able to be myself here. It gave me the chance to become the artist I always wanted to be.
So that's a way to really picture what machinima is, because it's really hard to describe it sometimes, and it's just something that you have to see. But when you were watching that, it invoked emotions. There was lots of creativity going on, and I mean, for that particular, if it was a real movie, it would be in the form of a documentary, a very narrative documentary. And she was talking about her whole life. She was talking about a mental problem that she had, synesthesia. If people don't know what that is, you can play that little clip talking about it, and that's a real thing. But they were able to display it in a very joyful manner. It's not something that she finds something that's bringing her down. It's not something that she sees as negative, but some people might. But she's very happy about it. She's open about it, and it takes a lot to make a machinima or machina. And with children, when we're having students make them, it's not something that they're looking at a textbook and they're taking information and just putting it on paper. When you're making a movie, you have to take in a lot of consideration about what you're writing, what kind of setting you're in, what kind of characters you're making in the costumes, and all that goes into the creation of this machinima. And that's one of the important things of trying to bring machinima into education. Not only will it create personal content, it's more individualized and more postable for your students.
Next up is Grid Jumper, aka Tanya Martin. And if you want to look at a good virtual environment blog, go to gridjumper.net.
You just saw, just, you know, offhand, what was the most appealing thing, the one thing? Shout out. Airship battle. Anything else? What was that?
It was candid.
Candid, okay. Anything else? The artwork, okay, the music, the sound. There are so many features in it. Now, one of the things, this is sort of a mixed media. It was a mix of the machine, the computer technology, and the graphics inside a computer world, and then you could see the actual person, you know, telling the story. So we did a little bit of that, and this is something you can do with your. Some of you participated in it. We have the Macarena team right up here, so we will, you know, you'll see them on screen. We did a little green screen, and this is something you can do with your kids to mix it up a bit. So when your students are doing Minecraft or Civilization or World of Warcraft or whatever game they happen to be in, and they want to make a story, but they themselves want to be in it, which they very well might be. Walmart sells green fabric for $2.97 a yard. You'll probably need about 12 yards, a clothesline, and a movie camera, and the rest is pretty much free stuff. So we're going to watch a little green screen antics now. And let's see if we can recognize the people in this room and the Macarena team.
Demon goes sweet and mind goes good. Demon goes smooth, process shows. And the prince of the goes smooth. Got some back and rest goes glad. And mental goes all now. But there's one sign that we all know. What does the chief say? What the chief say? What the chief say? Study, 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 study. What the chief say? Watch the walls, monkey clothes, warning twice and making clothes. Classroom walls, showing thrill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your pen is red, so beautiful, like an angel in disguise. But if you need a friendly cause, will you communicate by? Will you speak to that?
And I wasn't sure.
That's good.
Everything that can go wrong, what happened there? Okay, you all recognize the song, right? What does the fox say? I do have the song in audio. So if you want me to send you that, and after we send out to folks and they're okay with putting this up, we will be putting it up on YouTube. And who knows, it might go viral, right? So anyway, easy to do, fun to do, $2.97 a yard, Walmart, a cheap camera, and iMovie and some game footage. And that's about all it takes. So imagine the fun your kids could have.
All right.
All right, thanks everybody for participating in that, and it was a lot of good clean fun.
Or not.
All right, and now we're going to go through the awards. So we'll be highlighting the category and the award winner and showing you that. Kay or anybody, do you want to talk about the process of choosing the awards and how that went? Do you want to bring up the website? The award book, please.
Oh, okay, what we can tell you real quickly is there was 5 so hard, okay? So that was the process, and it might have gone on until 1 a.m. in the morning, okay? So that was the process of it, and actually we learned a lot of things, and we'll talk about that at the end because we're gonna announce like what next year is, so you can start the next year early.
Okay. And again, feel free to go to our Weebly site that'll give you the EduMachinima details, and it's just SIGVE, which was our old label, SIGVE.weebly.com, and that'll give you our events, it'll give you our speaker series, it'll give you EduMachinima, and there you go. It's right up top there, and that'll give you a chance to look at this year's winners, and then when next year's next year's winners up here. Please come back to this website and check it out. Okay, so our first award winner is for digital storytelling. Are we showing it first? Okay, so the digital storytelling is Baby Universe by Pete Amsterdam. And for those of you who know Pete, he's got a lot of great work, a lot of creative stuff in Second Life.
Time travel.
Ready to have your plans blown?
What is this?
It's a time machine.
Smarter than humans. Based on the human brain, this adapted and turned on us. The singularity got bad. The other future is one we must fight for. Free, open, and democratic. The orb has the power to change time itself. It creates alternative realities.
Your weapon won't work in here. That's okay.
Google Glass.
I'm a weapon.
Save the future!
My beauty.
Very cool.
Okay, our next category and winner is mixed media, and the winner is Drax Files.
When I draw, I try to make Second Life hook through my drawings, so if somebody sees one of my drawings in the internet, they could recognize it comes from Second Life.
And that was an excellent, I think, representative of mixed media, and a powerful message overall. Our next category is a surprise to me. Yeah, surprise. It's one that I submitted, and it's under the curriculum category, and it's the Heir of the King. And this is a project I've been working on, and it finally came to fruition this year. But I wanted to create a starter video to set the tone for Heir of the King, and so this is the video I created for it, and I had grateful help with Shannon Logan, who does the voice work, and I thought she did a really good job with it. So this is mine, the Heir of the King.
A long time ago, in a faraway land, there was a noble king who, in the darkest days of war, feared for the future of his kingdom. Upon the birth of his only child, he had his most trusted advisor spirit the child away to shield the young baby from harm. And lo and behold, the knights of the kingdom fought valiantly over 10 years and ultimately defeated their enemy to once again bring peace on the land. But sadly, the king was lost in the final battle. So what of the king's heir?
Very nice.
And fifth,
you're our first winner who's actually here, why don't you tell us how you
This one's very long. I'm just giving it to some of the final points of like the building.
Well,
Have anyone seen the Harry Potter movies? It's that really big banquet hall.
Okay, we've all seen these tours on PBS, right? This is the Minecraft version. And we would like the representative from the Grand Oak Techie Owls to come up here and talk about exactly what was built.
These girls are going to be so excited.
they're International Film Festival award winners.
This is truly, you have no idea. This was built by 3 10-year-old girls in 3 weeks in their spare time. The whole thing. And they shot the video themselves. And they shot it in the pieces and they said, Miss Cloud, just stick it together. And this was their vision. They would go search on the internet and find a picture exactly of what they wanted to build. And then they would have it split, have a split screen and be building. One would be doing one thing, and it was 3 girls in half-hour increments putting all that together. And that was their labor of love this year. They are my girls that have done so much with Minecraft to show the teachers in our school just how much Minecraft can be used in school. And this was their, was that final product?
Performance of understanding.
This is their opus maximus to Minecraft in school. So, thanks.
Very nice.
And I have to ask out here, how many of you actually watch the Machinima YouTube channel? Anybody? Okay, next question. And let's see how many hands we get for this. How many of you watch Twitch TV? Anyone?
Have watched.
Okay, Twitch TV continually has Machinima live stream going on. I should say Minecraft live stream going on. And So it's a group of players who decide that this weekend we're going to do something kind of like that. We're going to build a castle from Castle of Thrones. Let's go. Everybody plan this week, and this weekend we're going to go and build it. So as entertainment, it really is. It's people then pull up Minecraft, the Minecraft Twitch TV channel, and they have Minecraft on their one screen, right? So they have it on their laptop, and then they have the iPad next to them watching it on a second screen. And have you ever seen any of your kids do that? Or any of your students? And if they don't have two separate devices, they split the screen down in the middle, and they're watching the video or the live stream on one side, and then they're building in Minecraft on the other side. So that's really what we're looking at the Machinima Fest, at what is possible and what can go on there.
So, piggybacking off of that one. So these are people, Battle Blocks is another type of MMO RPG that is 8-bit style, and using a game engine that is like trying to survive. But it's these people playing this game right now. Currently there's 33 people watching it, but overall, over the span that these people have been playing this, it's been 268,390, with over 5,000 people favoriting and liking this. I mean, it's this kind of content that people are engaged in. Now, I don't know about this one, but it's those are big numbers, and there's like live chat going on right here. And when people are playing, they're watching this and then they're building and taking examples or just listening to it as they play. I mean, they're fully on to multitasking, double screens. I mean, having the cell phone going while I'm working. I mean, it's the society that's, I'm not reading a book and doing word social. Guided reading, it's doing more, being engaged and learning by my own wits, by watching other people do it and learning.
It's really powerful. Powerful communication ability. Okay, we're coming up on the Judges Awards now. And do we want to announce who the judges are? Who are the judges?
Okay, so the judges were Joseph Doan. Joseph Doan, please stand. Joseph Doan, please stand.
Nobody knows him, Mr.
Our other judge, Tanya Martin. Tanya Martin, would you please stand? Tanya, okay.
She never said.
Okay. Our next judge, and he's been on mic, Vasily. I know I butchered your last name. You can do something to me later. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Mispronounce the Slavic version of Smith. Go. Okay. Chris Luce. And I was also one of the judges this year.
Okay, and our next category is Machinimatography. And the winner is Baby Universe by Cookie Amsterdam. Has Cookie ever come to this thing?
Who's never come here?
This particular And Second Life is one of those virtual worlds where you have an inventory full of stuff that lets you do things. And it customizes your appearances or customizes how you move. Not how you talk because you have microphones, but I mean, for all the visual cues, everything is in your inventory. And to go and make something like this with these animations, like they have free animations and you can buy animations, but to do things like crouching and being that close and walking with it so that there's no penetration of the boots into the ground, or if I was touching someone's like shoulder or I was giving a handshake, sometimes the animations won't normally sync up that well. So with these coordinations of shooting the laser and then falling, that running to the crouch, those things like don't exist because they're never really needed. But when you're doing machinima, you need unique things. And to script and animate this, you have to go and like do like frame by frame and how long it will take. And you're using the Second Life's personal skeleton that you have to work with. And sometimes that's kind of limited. They have like custom facial animations to make this believable, also aided by the voice acting. And it's just lots of different scenarios going on that have just created an atmosphere of this science fiction world, added with these special effects like these lasers will probably add in that world. But like we have smoke going on, lots of what you'd expect from science fiction to be something that's super terrific, that's that future technology. You have time travel going on. Lots of things going on benefiting to how these camera angles are working. Like how he threw that droid out and it was his camera view for a little bit, and we followed that. Having these screens pop up, adding more to the story. And it's that those things like when we're talking about machinima, we're talking about what is working with the story, like not necessarily adding to it just because to make it nice and fancy, but adding to it because this is necessary for the story to continue. And especially when we're talking about futuristic worlds, lots of future tech that doesn't exist. So we have HUDs coming up that people had to envision, had to design and make it look right, make it look like it fit with the world and how we were talking about. Nothing that was just, I pulled it off of some store or some website. It was something that was made at a very personal focus.
Well, and I think to bounce off of what Blue was saying, for education purposes, showing a model like this gives those extra elements of perspective, which I think is an essential piece of any artist, is looking at perspective from various angles and putting that into your art. And this is a great example. And I think that's what we want kids to do when they're creating their machinima too. So, well done. Okay, our next Judges Award is under the editing category, and it goes to the Drex Files.
This summer visit.
Brought to you by Georgia Aquarium.
So probably one of the better versions of, we're talking about editing, especially with this air scene. It was something that was added on the end, but it's still something dynamic and something its own. Like I can probably just show this air fighting scene as its own thing. Like it can be its own story because it's that different and that involved. It has little pieces that is different from the documentary being mentioned.
Okay. So we'll give both those a round of applause. Okay, our next Judges Award goes to under the Camera K through 6 category, and this is called The Runaway.
And Blue, you'll have to explain this.
What time does it go to?
It is 12 to 2 and that is
No.
No.
Because you're too young. So the reason why this one, especially when we're talking about K through 6, I mean, they're just learning movement mechanics. Like, even if they did go over that, I doubt that's probably regular curriculum for third graders. But, well, when we're talking about camera angles, we're talking about how the story is being told based on what we're seeing and how the position of the camera is benefiting the story. And this one's very over the shoulder. And when you're doing Minecraft, it doesn't let you like zoom out and you have a stable frame. You have to kind of be the thing, and you have to crop the screen so you don't get all these extra buttons on the bottom. Or if he's holding something, it might show up sometimes. But it's really bringing it so that we're with the characters and we're really on top of it. Even though it's not 100% of the time, like for K through 6, we're following the characters and we're living with their story. And it's something that's very rarely seen when we're talking about K through 6. Sometimes it's very cut and paste, beginning, middle, end, and like they have some editing problems where they're doing, like if they make a mistake, they'll keep it in there because they don't think it's a mistake, or they are just running to finish it sometimes. But they took a lot of care with these scenes, really following it. Like they had to have planned how close the camera was all the time. They must have fixed that. They must have trained going over it a couple of times before they actually took the footage. So definitely props for whoever's doing the camera for this one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and our final category for the night under the judges and boards is the Firefly Award. And the winner for this one is titled Jack and the Beanstalk.
So the important part.
Hello, my name is Narrator, and I'm going to tell you the story of Jack and the Beanstalk.
So I'm sure we all know the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, where he trades a cow for beans. His mother was very upset, and he goes up, climbs the beanstalk, and there's a giant castle. Our K through 6 group had a different idea of why this is working, why this happens.
By getting out of that chicken coop. Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. Just do what I say if you want to live. Fine, I'll try. Good. I have to get away from the giant! Jack runs away from the giant and the giant tries to catch him. Get over here! No, no, please don't, I'm sorry! I didn't mean to! Too bad! Finally, Jack is dead. That dumb little boy, I hated him. My plan the whole time was to get him killed by the giant. High five. The end.
That should have been
And Blue, do you want to comment on why it's a Firefly Award?
Well, I wanted to comment on how great it is to have the narrator as a playing character. It's very rare to see such things. Usually narrators are omnipresent and they're not involved in the story whatsoever, but we have Jack interacting with their narrator, asking the questions like, what should I do next? And the narrator's like, just do whatever and I'll tell people what to do. But in the end, we found the narrator had a more malevolent side and wanted Jack to destroy it. I don't know what the revenge scheme was like, or maybe there might be Jack the Beanstalk too, it might explain it for us. But our Firefly Award, the Firefly is, was this wonderfully TV series that was canceled so soon, but there is this scene where the guy with the cap, fly cap, yeah, I love that character, I can never remember his name. He's playing with these dinosaurs. This is like the first episode. He's playing with these dinosaurs on this space console, this beautiful space console where he's like driving a ship or whatever. And he's playing with these dinosaurs. One of them is a T-Rex. The other one's a Triceratops. And they're playing. He's like, no. And he's like.
This is the dancing portion of the show.
So the T-Rex will eat the Triceratops. But it's a meat-eating carnivore. The post Triceratops never saw it. And as we saw with Jack, he never saw that.
Well done. Well, that concludes the awards for this evening, and I think, Kay, would you like to talk about next year's machinimas?
Sure. We decided to get started really early this year. So since it's in Philadelphia next year, we are going with the theme, Recast Your Past. So what we hope you as educators will do is go into your classrooms and see how your students can make machinima based on the theme of 1776, you know, liberty and justice for all, the Revolutionary War, and we are keeping it quite open so they can have Paul Revere doing anything he wants. Or you could consider an alternate reality where Paul Revere time travels or something like that. So we're really leaving it open, but we really want to keep the 1776 Revolutionary War theme going on, and we hope you and your students will participate for next year.
Very cool.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to stop by the Virtual Environments Network Playground tomorrow from 2 to 5, right?
Yes.
2 to 5, and we'll all be there, and there's going to be great presentations. And do we have another announcement?
Yeah.
So
So what we'll be doing tomorrow is we'll have the Virtual Environments Playground, Network Playground, and then after that, we're going to have Rosie Wojcik, and she is the editor of the Virtual Education Journals, and she is going to do another group of Reader's Choice Awards this year, and she would like you all to come and nominate. So she's looking at the categories that she had last year, plus whatever other categories you can convince her to add for this year. Then what she'll do is she'll put it out through the Virtual Education Journal and have everyone vote. So, thank you.
All right.
thank you everyone for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Playground, right by the 206, room 206.